This is Justin Amazon on Thursday, November 21st, 2019. The best place to play things today was 1747, right out the gate. Opened slightly down from yesterday's close, ran right up into it. I mean, 13 cents away. It held. And from there, it's not really down the whole day, but I mean, it moved down pretty quickly into this downtrend channel, went sideways, give you some opportunities to get in, bearish, retesting here, here, and just continued lower. Unfortunately, today it just didn't puke lower. It really went sideways. I mean, this isn't even doing it justice. This is 4 hours, 5 hours. It went sideways most of today. Slightly down, but I mean, where do we close? I guess we closed down here. So technically, like, that would have been 4.5 hours of going sideways, right? Something like that. If you include yesterday, I mean, really, like, it's just going sideways right here. We did make lower highs. I'm sorry, lower lows and lower highs. We did on the puts. Really, only be looking at puts here. Getting in right out the gate, or getting in on a retest here with the 1725 puts. You could have been getting in probably like 250. You know, if you just had an order sitting out, maybe, two would have been a little bit low. Let's see, where did we close yesterday? We came in at about 3. So if you had an order sitting out at 3 by 2 would have worked. Or, if you thought, okay, well, maybe the market makers will suck a little bit of premium out, set it up like 250, going down, less than $1 lower than the close. But anyway, the 273, somewhere in there, 3 by 2 would have worked even a little bit later here. Moved almost to 5, came back down to around 350, and then pushed through 5 all the way up to 6. This is 1725 puts, so it's still out of the money, but it's fairly affordable and a nice risk. Nice way to mitigate your risk with $100 at stake. So, you could also have been waiting for this price to hold, which really would have been over here, kind of the closing price. That would have been 10.15, 10.20. That was this retest, I think. No, this one. Yeah, right in here. Okay, yeah, it was this one. So it tries to get going bullish, inside candle, breakdown, evening star reversal, continues lower, even waiting for that to play out. Oops, did not mean to do that. Don't even know how that did that. That would have been, so this, like, getting in at like 4, maybe, 4 by 3. And here, that still would have hit 2R going up to 6. So overall, today, puts didn't move a lot. At least this one didn't. The 5-minute didn't move a lot. The daily didn't move a lot. The range on today was $16. So it's a little bit of a smaller candle. What's really interesting today, though, is we did take out the high wave candle low, and the squeeze has now fired bearish. So we'll see if it actually does totally roll over. I really wanted to hit 1727.80, close, stayed in the 1730s, about 250 away. Not too far, really not too far away. Really close to X marks the spot. I mean, I'm guessing if I wiggled this a little bit, it would be right on it. So still has the potential to do some sort of a double bottom right here and launch. But with the squeeze, I mean, this is a decent squeeze. This is what, 10 bars or something. That could really keep going. And yeah, I guess we just kind of have to wait and see. But the edge is bearish, and however you're trading it, just make sure you set your stop appropriately. Calls were just going down all day. It didn't work. Buying anywhere. Puts, a couple places you could have been buying off the whole numbers, 3 by 2, 4 by 3, and even 5, in here, 5 by 4. I mean, you could have scalped an R over here later in the day, or I guess morning time, late morning. 4 by 3 again, moved up to 5, but then it when it started going sideways, any bearish edge was just kind of lost. We came right down into about the same low, held the low, and you should have been getting out there. And that would have been a nice target, even though, I mean, it would have been great for it to move down into the downtrend line, but it didn't happen. And then a nice little rally here into the downtrend channel. I was looking at the 1750 calls. Let's see if that, what's it doing? Hang on. 1725. It's getting a little bit slow. No, that's not what I typed. 1725. Those are in the money. Yeah, not a lot of volume on those. Yeah, that's ugly to even look at. I don't even like looking at it like that. 1730, we kind of held that price. Didn't hold the low though. Let's see, 1735. That put in a massive base. That held that really well. Still came down on the dollar, so it put in a nice base at 7, and then took it out, came down to about 6, and then went back up. Would have been hard to trade that because, I mean, unless you're really looking for this low to hold. But I mean, you're risking an R to say it's going to reverse right here. Not necessarily a good place to put on the risk. Once it goes up and pulls back a little bit, maybe here. So at 115, 115, that would have been here. It's at around 650. 650 by 550. Yeah, that could have worked. That went up to 850. So that could have worked there. But you want to see that hold, not just unless you're just having an order sitting out at 7 or at 6 to just get in there. And probably if you were getting in over here 7 by 6, probably got stopped out there is my guess. So that's really the only thing bullish. It was just not, things just didn't work bullish today. If we zoom way out here, we're in the downtrend channel. We've been in this for a while. Here's the flag. We got a continuation lower today. So I'm always looking for triangles. I'm not seeing a clean one. I'm seeing today having kind of a steeper, lower high and relatively flat bottom, but it's still not that clean. Nothing's really jumping out. So I think we're still kind of forming some sort of consolidation. None of these really, you got lower highs, and then this isn't even a flat bottom. This is lower lows. So this doesn't even show up like a triangle. Like yesterday, what I was talking about yesterday, lower highs, higher lows, consolidates nice and tight, breaks down. I don't see something as clean as that. So today was really just a choppy day, continuing lower, but a choppy day. Didn't really give any great setups, some good consolidation. The only places to play it were really off the lines in here. So yeah, guess we'll have to wait and see if we get something like that tomorrow and we get a setup like this to continue down. So that's what I'd be looking for. And then with next week being holiday week, I expect the volume to be a little lighter. Sometimes it can have bigger moves when that happens. We go back to last year. Let's see, when was Thanksgiving? Is it this? Thanksgiving is probably in this time frame. We actually had a decent move. I'm just basing on the volume. That must be a half day. I don't know if that's the Wednesday before or the Friday after. I guess it would be the Friday after. If this is, if that's a Friday, no, I'd have to look at the calendar. Let's see. It doesn't say the day of the week. Okay, 23rd, 26th. Okay, so this was a 23rd. This must have been, would that have been an early Thanksgiving? No, I'm not sure. Let's see. Because on the 30th, I'm trying to figure out when let me just look at the calendar. Hang on. Let me look at the calendar from last year and figure out when Thanksgiving was. Sorry, I should have just paused the video, but okay, yeah. So Thanksgiving was this day, and then the day after was a half day, I believe, in the market. And so this was much lower volume. So it had a similar range. No, this was still 34 bucks on the day. So we can still have bigger moves even on a holiday week. So this was sorry, that's not a Thursday. That was a Wednesday. So it was a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. But if you see something like that, I mean, this still had a decent move. This was breaking down. We had a move on a Monday that was taking out a low, taking out some bullish candles. If we go back another year, so this is 2017. Let's figure out when Thanksgiving was. I'm looking on the calendar again. So Thanksgiving was not showing up on my calendar. I've got my calendar on my phone and it's not showing up. 27, 24. Okay, so Thanksgiving was in here. This was a Friday. This was a Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So really low volume that week and going sideways but breaking out. Gosh, this was when it started on its rally, right? Yeah, that's when it really started to run. Go on up. All right, so back in here. We are showing some signs of a breakdown. We got a bearish candle, nothing like an inside. There's not an inside candle here. This is actually breaking down. And so comparing back to, just jump a year. This is 17 again. Didn't mean to go back to 17. I meant to go back to 18. And right here, we had some bullishness coming in, looking like it was going to hold a retest here. It didn't, took that out on a Monday, gapped way down on a Tuesday, faded, and then chopped a little bit on lighter volume as a bit of a flag and then continued. So I don't see that happening right now, other than we've got, kind of a low being taken out. But we've got a smaller candle, like a high wave candle like this yesterday. We'll see if we have any sort of bullishness and then gap down. So let's say Friday, tomorrow, we get a little bit of a bullish candle, even something like this, right back up here into 1747. And then Monday, say gap down, look out. I will be looking to play that aggressively bearish if it can do that. And then watch out for it to take out any of these lows in the 1680s, 1665 area, somewhere down in here. No, this one was 1672. This is the 1665 27 line. So look for it to come down there next week if we can get, I mean, we don't even have to have a bullish candle. It just sets up more bulls to be trapped. We can just continue lower. I mean, really, we can just keep rolling over. So everything's setting up to do that. And like I said, the squeeze is fired bullish. I'm sorry, the squeeze is fired bearish. Let's see, I haven't looked. Let's look at the hourly real quick and see. Man, it just looks like it's going straight down. Went straight up here, straight down here. We're going straight down longer. Squeeze isn't really, shows a squeeze firing back here, coming out of this flag. And then a little bit of squeeze here. Doesn't quite work. Right, 4 hour. Ooh, 4 hour looks nice. We got a squeeze. We're in the midst of a squeeze right now. A 4 hour, and that's going bearish too. So a 4 hour looks nice to continue lower. I don't have either. Like I don't have a 2 hour. Go back to an hour. Let's see what the half hour is doing. Ooh, that's interesting. I've got something turned on. It draws for you and gives you target ranges. These triangles, it's got some triangles in here that look bearish, look bullish, but there's a lot of them overlapping through here because it's trying to find the right angle. Just like I said today, I don't really see a triangle, but there's been some. This one shows bullish. We're definitely not breaking bullish. We've broken bearish from that one. Actually, is there bearish range? No, it thinks it's bullish off that one. That one, I don't see a range. That one should have triggered and gone down here already. So it's kind of funny. I don't know why it's drawn them all back to this point, but sometimes that pops in. It's interesting. 15-minute squeeze here. This is looking so bearish with this. I mean, we've got multiple squeezes, different time frames overlapping. It just looks like it's getting ready to go. So, if you're in shares and, wherever your base price is, you can protect them with getting into some puts. It has the potential to move, quite a bit, especially with the squeezes. When we've got these squeezes, we can have a larger than expected move. And so that's really what we're gearing up for. So I'm anticipating that going bearish. I'm still going to mitigate my risk, looking to, put on a trade that I know exactly how much I'll lose. So risking that R unit, whatever your R unit is, and be back soon to go over how Friday's move goes, and be looking into next week again too. Hope this helps. This is just AMZN. Thanks.